Okay, guys, this is my Bakugo deck profile from my Hero Academia. So I got the character, the main deck, and the sideboard. It's like a side deck if you play Yu-Gi-Oh! So that's what you could use between game 2 or game 3 for the match. So Bakugo, I'm not going to go into the effect of Bakugo because you could go online and read it. Pretty much, if your opponent blocks, you get rid of the card to get rid of progressive difficulty, or destroy a foundation to get extra damage per attack. Okay, so I'll probably go over combos at the end, but so the main card in the deck is Nitro Explosion Ignition. That's the secret rare. This is a card that you want to kind of lead and start with. If your opponent blocks it, it don't matter. If your opponent doesn't block it, it don't matter because you can still get this card's effect, because as long as it remains in the card pool, you'll get its bonuses, which are fine. So whether they block it or don't, you're good. But they're probably going to block it because you know they don't want to take that extra damage, so then take a bunch of other attacks. So running 4 of that, that's a high attack, by the way, and it's a pretty good card to use for block. I am running, I think, 2 different ultra rares and the secret rares. So my favorite card in the deck is Point Blank Incineration. Mainly because of the stun, but also because it is such a low speed and a high attack. So it's telling your opponent, block this. It's going to be easy to block. Well, with Bakugo effect, if they block stuff, you just get rid of it for progressive difficulty, go bye-bye. So you get the stun, you get the enhance, and then they get rid of it so you don't have any progressive difficulty. So this is my favorite card in the deck because it's that good. I think there's 2 different, besides this card, there's 2 different mid attacks. So this enhance effect only gives you additional speed on mid attacks. So this card, and then 2 different attacks I run in the deck. So 4 of these, obviously. I'm only running 2 of these. Long-lasting explosions. For a high attack, it gets a speed bonus. If it's a mid attack, it gets a damage bonus. So no matter what attack I play in this deck, if I play it after this, it will get a bonus because I don't have any low attacks at all in this deck. Just let everybody know, no low attacks. I'm not running a single one. So then for Turn to Dusts, this is a Shigaraki Ultra Rare. Pretty much, I don't even use the EX, I only use the stun too. And then, destroy a foundation committed due to the stun. So I stunned 2 of their cards, I destroyed one of my foundations, and then whatever they chose to stun, you could destroy one of the 2. But if they stun some crappy cards, maybe you don't want to destroy your own foundation. If they stun something really good, then go ahead and do it. Or they could decide to lose 2 health. So you could maybe destroy one of your foundations, and then they're like, oh, I'm going to lose 2 health. Which works great with another enhance. Lose 2 health, your rival loses 2 health unless they destroy a foundation. So this card could destroy 2 foundations or take 4 health. That's what this effect does between the 2 of them. This card works well with some of the other cards I'm running in the deck because a lot of this deck burns health. We'll call it a burn deck if you're familiar with Yu-Gi-Oh! So this is Relentless Barrage. Besides Point Blank, this is the second best attack in this deck. This is a loop effect card. Your opponent pretty much doesn't want to block it, because if they do block it, you could destroy it with Bakugo's effect. So destroy it. Oh, we added 1 to our hand. Okay, I could play it. Since I blew up 1 with Bakugo's effect, I have 1 in the discard pile, so I lose 2 health. Recycle it back to my hand. Oh, you want to block this? Okay, I'll destroy it and then recycle the one I just did again. So they pretty much don't want to block these, so it's free direct damage always, really. So if you want to increase any damages on anything, this is pretty much the card, because you kind of want to force your opponent to block this, because then you could hit them directly with another one. So that's my best attack. Okay, so next for foundations, we're running 3 capabilities. I'm kind of torn between running 2 or 3 of these, but it's so good that I kind of want to run 3. This deck doesn't build momentum except with Nitro Explosion, pretty much, because whenever my opponent blocks stuff, I destroy the attack. I don't add it to the momentum, right? So the only way you get momentum in this deck is after a Fury card leaves the card pool during the combat, add the top card of my deck to momentum. So if my opponent blocks this, I go destroy it. Oh, add the top card of my deck to my momentum. So you could do that multiple times in a turn as long as you have these. If you don't have these, then this card sucks, because you're not really building any momentum in the deck. So only run this if you build momentum. 3 apathetics. This card's really good. To flip your opponent's great stuff. So you could run 4, but I think I sideboard 1 because it depends what I'm playing against. This is my favorite foundation in the deck, because this card burns for health. So after this card goes to the discard pile, in the enhanced step, your rival loses 2 health. So I could pop this with Bakugo's effect to increase my attack by 2 damage, and then they take 2 damage here. So I'll commit this to passive check, play Bakugo, pop it, give my attack plus 2 damage, and then they also take 2 damage here. That also works in turn with another card that I'm running. Let me go. They're in order from the numbers, but I'll just skip to this. Flip. After rival loses health, they lose an additional health. They can't go below 0, just like that. So this works in turn with this and this. So that's pretty much my burn cards in the deck. So there's a lot of burn cards. So this card is a flip effect. Flip effect. Encouragement is a flip effect. If they do not block an attack, I could discard this, or flip this, and then discard the attack. So if they decide not to block my Relentless Barrage because that's the right thing to do, I could be like, okay, flip, discard it myself. Oh, now I can play my other Relentless Barrage and keep the circle going. So that's why I'm running 4 of these, because Relentless Barrage only. That's the only reason why you run Encouragement. Another flip effect is Super Regeneration. You could run 3. I'm kind of tight on cards, so I'm at 2. But if I was to run a 3rd, I'd probably take out 1 capabilities, because this card's a little bit better, easier to play. So we're running 2 Super Regenerations to get some health back. We're running 2 Aggressive Tempers. Pretty much this is the same thing as a Burst Speed, except instead of doing 2 damage to my opponent, I get 2 damage onto an attack. This is a flip. Get my Fury attacks extra speed. So another flip effect. Commit, give my card a stun 1. I'm only running 2 of these instead of a lot now, because most of my attacks have stun, except, half my attacks almost have stun. So I'm only running 2 of these. But its response is a flip. That is only good if I'm playing Kirishima deck. So I think I'm sideboarding a couple of those. Next, we got some Tight-Lipped. Flip 1 foundation. Your attack gets plus 1 damage. So another card that flips other cards. That's not really good, except if you're going for game. And there's so many cards in this deck that flip that I need to always have one of these on the board. So I kind of wanted to only run 2, but it's so good and so many of these cards flip that I have to run 3. So I'm not even going to clean this up. I'm just going to keep going because I need to keep this video short. So we're running 3 exploding. I don't know how many cards I could run in the sideboard, so I kind of have 15 and then an additional 3 in the back that if I could run up to 20. I don't know how many I could run yet. So 3 Exploding Prides. This is only good against or Chaco and Denki, or maybe Ida. Cards that go crazy with building momentum. And then this is going to deal a ton of damage if they build a lot of momentum. Because, I mean, it's not a great attack, but its enhance is just too good. I wouldn't use the other enhance. If this attack is blocked, discard all cards from a rival's momentum. Unless you don't have like another one of these. If they're all in your discard pile, be like, okay, I'll do that enhance, destroy it, discard all your momentum after I dealt damage. So that is the only time you want to do that second ability. 4 Endangers. This is a sideboard that I run for like All Might or maybe Nomu. Ones that deal a lot of damage on an attack if I'm real low in life. That could save your life. 4 Nervous Habits. Lose 1 health. Your attack gets +1 speed. Who cares about that? The response is destroy. After this card is committed due to your rival's effect, your rival destroys 1 foundation. So this is like anti-stun. So if your opponent says stun 1, I could commit this, destroy it, destroy one of my opponent's foundations. So their stun just hurt themselves. So this is like the best card for anti-stun, which is Shigaraki, or who else runs a lot of stun? I'm just thinking Shigaraki right now, but yeah. Because almost every attack by Shigaraki is stun, but I think Denki was stun as well. This is commit. This punch attack gets -3, so this is against like Nomu decks maybe, Kirishima decks possibly, but mainly like All Might. Then those are the for sure sideboard that I want to run. These are if I could run up to 20, I'm gonna run a 4th one of those, and then run 2 more of these because this is anti-Kirishima because he builds a lot, but it's not like an amazing card, so I'm okay with not running these. But pretty much that is my Bakugo deck. I also have a Eraserhead deck profile that I will be posting that's really good. It's based off Void Symbol. And I also have a Kirishima deck that's pretty dang good too. It's different than the original Kirishima deck that I posted. That was done on holding my phone in my hand, so it's less shaky. So give this video a like. Hopefully you subscribe. And when tournaments start, I will be doing coverage at tournaments, or maybe not during the tournament, but maybe after the tournament. Get some side videos of games. So hopefully my hero starts popping within the next couple of weeks because we're just waiting on tournament packs to hold tournaments. Like, comment, subscribe, guys.